Hey, it's you.
And me.
Let's
Go!
Whoa.
Whoa, we're flying away. Hi guys, welcome back. We are going back to the exiled now.
We're being exiled.
Michel was exiled. We are in chains and suffering. Don't know what will happen next, of course, like, ever. Do we ever know what's gonna happen next?
No, not really. I think we're back to the present of Michel being in the mansion.
Yeah,
trying to
that would
find
make sense
Giselle.
because we kind of know everything after in between there. It was really Michelle's past that we didn't understand, which that was really young of Michelle to go through all that, actually.
16.
Yeah.
Locked away for 2 years, starting at 14. That's so sad.
Yeah, wow. That's a long time, guys. I don't think I would have any sanity. How does he still speak? Don't know. But anyway, we are going back to the story, so buckle in. The next thing I know, I'm sinking into the vast void. Darkness cuffs my hands and legs, restricting my movement. Images of the past I had kept buried away for so long stream past me. This isn't how I wanted it to happen. Not coming from my own mouth, but being laid bare for all to see without my consent. That wasn't how I wanted her to find out about my secret, about my shameful history. I warned you, my dear. I told you you didn't want to reclaim your old self. If you had simply let it be, you wouldn't be here right now, forced to relive it all. Now, do you understand? The tale I spun behind the fourth door was as much for you as it was for her. There you were, a young man with a sad fate. But you met a wonderful woman, fell in love with her, and then died in the arms of tragedy. The sequence of events is not far from the truth, but I was able to turn it into something enchanting and beautiful. Yes, the reality of it was really cruel, but that's what made the sweet moments that much sweeter between Giselle and Michel. So, I don't know. I did fall in love with their actual story more because
It was real.
it was real, yeah. I got rid of all the nasty little details. Your ugliness, your body troubles, all of that. Doesn't it seem a bit unfair, Michel? You tore down the walls around Giselle's heart, around her past, but you wanted to keep your own nice and safe hidden away.
She got a point.
Yeah. She has every right to be upset. You were afraid she wouldn't accept you, were you not? And that's precisely what happened.
No.
But can you honestly blame her? The truth you've kept hidden away is not something most would be able to accept. The prince who came riding in to save her, silence! Wasn't actually a man. Please, enough. I've seen enough. Let it stay buried, please. Just stop this. I don't want to see it. I don't want anything to do with it. What a sad little creature you are, my dear. Not a woman in this world would have any interest in you now.
I beg to differ on our end, but go on.
You've surrounded yourself with layer upon layer of walls, covered yourself with the patchwork, barely held together quilt of masks, and it's the only thing keeping you together. You're the frailest one of... What? That's really interesting. I'm sorry. It just reminds me of you're the prettiest of them all. You're the frailest one of all. The weakest. And it's about time you accepted that and stopped trying to fight it. I am not weak. Oh, is that so? Let's proceed with the tale then, shall we? Face the one you hate the most in this world, yourself. Your weakness, your ugliness. Face it and despair. I also feel the same. I've always hated myself more than anyone else.
I think a lot of people can agree with that, which is very sad, but...
It's because you know all your quirks and your, like, downfalls of yourself, and it frustrates you because as a human, we want to get better and proceed in a growing mindset because growth is beautiful. But it comes with falling a few times and, like, kind of figuring it out and figuring out what's the balance of everything and what's the balance of life. And in the end, whenever you fall short, you know it best of all.
Yep.
And it's frustrating. And because you know that, you're just like, argh. So whenever I meet anyone that's like me, I'm just like, argh. Because I'm like, oh, I see all your flaws because you are exactly like me. And oh my gosh, that's what irritates me about me. So stop it. Stay away from me.
Oh, no.
But yes, anyway, sorry.
No.
Little tangent. Don't. Again. Once again, my own desires, my own wishes, are completely irrelevant. The past sprawls out before me once more, and the witch is exactly right. I despise the man I was then, teeming with vain hope and foolish dreams. I would rather pretend that part of me never existed. But I have no choice. I'm dragged back into the life I once lived. My pleas for mercy, fading into dark nothingness. This is a jump back song to the past. I don't know how I feel about this.
I'm kind of numb right now. I'm just trying to get to our girl.
I remember this song. I don't remember when it happened exactly, but I don't want it. I think it was a bad time. No, yeah, it was a sweet time. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, it's coming back to me thinking about it. Here I am just like, oh no, oh yeah, oh no.
It's okay. We're going through a lot right now.
I couldn't remember how long it had been since the capital had disappeared into the distance, but I'd been on the road for some time now. We'd long since left the paved roads behind. The carriage rocked back and forth as it proceeded down the rough and dirt path. This actually, speaking of all the hope, when he was with Morgana for a second, and he didn't want to be reminded of all the hope, this kind of scares me because we know how long he was in that mansion.
Yeah.
And we know what it took. He got so fed up that he was done with the books because one was given every month and he lost count, and then Giselle counted them all, and it was a lot of years.
I forgot how many, but we did the math once upon a
We
time.
did. We could go back to the video, but oh my gosh, it was a lot of years, and he was at that point hopeless again. So it's sad that he was given hope by his brothers once more, and he decided to trust them once more, and then them dropping the ball again. And it kind of reminds us just how much it took for Michel to right his mother and brother when they were trying to move out of the mansion and back into society, when Giselle and Michel.
Oh, yeah.
And it probably took a lot for Michel to write those letters, and it's really sad what happened, that they were attacked in the end and murdered.
Well, he was. But...
He protected her. It's just sad. Very sad. What's the point of living, like, escaping to live just to get murdered again? Like, just to get murdered at the end of the day. Literally exactly how the dad wanted to, after he was given hope again to be with Giselle. Like, he finally opened his heart to someone else.
But he wouldn't have gotten these experiences if he didn't leave.
Yeah, it's true. So...
And we wouldn't be here at all.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have been there for Giselle in her time of need. Because she needed someone, and no one was being the person they should have been for her. I mean, Aimee was at first, and then just went to left field all of a sudden.
Yep.
It's sad to see that both of them were, like, driven to the end of their, like, just wanting to die. And
I mean, yeah,
then,
when you're exhausted and,
yeah,
you know, when you have nothing left anymore.
yeah.
What is there?
I know. Yeah, exactly. For hours, I stared through the window as unfamiliar scenery flowed past. Eventually, a fog settled over the area, making it difficult to discern night from day. We made our way through the dark, dense woods, and beyond them, like the world fading into view after a dream, a mansion appeared before us. All the windows were either shuttered or boarded, encasing the house in darkness. In a way, it felt like all I had done was move from one prison to a much larger one. Briefly, I thought they had possibly been sealed to keep anyone from seeing me inside, but my coming here was a very recent development. More likely, then, the house had been in this condition when it was initially purchased. Quite the piece of property my father had found himself with. I wonder if he had been swindled by its previous owner. It was a gloomy, uninviting place, but it didn't appear to be in disrepair. The coachman left my luggage outside the door, gave me an empty farewell, and then went on his way. I was entirely alone. I spent some time just staring out at the forest, but naturally, there was nothing of interest to be found there. So I quietly turned around and opened the door to the mansion. It's certainly dark. I could barely even see my own feet. Briefly, I considered trying to unshutter a window or two, but ended up deciding against it. The less inviting the place looked, the easier it would be for me to avoid contact with the outside world, as Didier had recommended. Even though, Giselle had other plans.
No, well, she didn't plan to come here.
No, but she unboarded the windows, I remember.
It was dreary and drab. She doesn't know the situation.
Yeah, that's true. Standing there in darkness for several minutes, my eyes gradually grew accustomed to the lack of light. While it was hardly ideal, it was sufficient to take a look around the house. The inside didn't seem to have received the same level of care as the outside. Everything was dusty and the air was many years stale. But I wasn't in the cleaning mood. So I dug through my luggage for a bundle of candles, lighting one with a flint. Stained glass window? Examining the large room I found myself in, I came across a stained glass window depicting an angel. The Archangel, the one who I had been named, looking solemnly down at me. Quite the joke.
Sorry, are we saying his name wrong again this whole time? Because it's the Archangel Michael.
Yeah. Well, we did start saying Michael, but didn't the commenter say it was Michel?
I guess. I mean, that makes sense for a female.
But then he changed to Michael as male. I'm just gonna keep to Michel right now. Because I'm pretty sure the commenter said we're pronouncing it right. It's Michel, and they spelled Michelle.
Okay, never mind. I didn't say anything.
I hope, but you're right. The angel wasn't Michelle.
Yeah.
I don't know of any Michelle angels.
Well, I mean, it's not really spelled like Michael either. Anyway, we'll just...
I guess that's true. 2 columns of evenly spaced pews ran the length of the room, all facing the multicolored window. I set the color stick.
That's a thing. More crayons.
Yes, more crayons. I set the candlestick on a podium of some sort, which is when I realized this is a chapel. A flat length of silver, bent in the middle, was mounted to the pulpit's face. When I saw it, I knew exactly what it used to be. A cross. The pews weren't facing the stained glass window, but the cross. Why, though? It felt as though the mansion had been built up around the chapel, rather than the opposite. I was perplexed as to why anyone would do that. So you were right, it was the chapel, and then the mansion was built around it.
Fantastic.
Was it to keep the chapels enclosed? That's really creepy.
Still kind of weird, like why not just tear it down?
Yeah, well, if it's cursed.
Then you tear it down.
No, curses get let loose if you tear it down.
Yes, so tear it down, so it goes away.
But of course, there was no one around to sate my curiosity. Taking the candlestick back in hand, I made my way beyond the pulpit. There sat a small metal door. Oh, we went in the store before. I pressed one hand against the cool surface, and my heart leapt. It was abnormally cold.
It's metal.
The door itself seemed perfectly normal, and inexplicable anxiety spread through me. It was a very unusual sensation. My instincts told me I should stay far, far away, and my heart told me it was my duty to see what lay beyond. What am I going to find back there? After a few moments of hesitation, I decided to act in opposition to my instincts. Oh.
Ooh.
I don't want to go back up here. No. That's where Morgana lie. I was looking at a long spiral. I guess we're gonna see why Morgana got stuck with him. What he gave up for a wish or whatever, what deal he made.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a long spiral staircase. The wooden stairs stretched so high I couldn't tell where they ended. An observation tower, perhaps? As if being pushed forward by some inhumane force, I mounted the staircase. By the third or fourth loop, soft light began peeking into the tower through regularly spaced rectangular openings in the stone walls. Through one such window, I gazed outside, and far off in the distance, beyond the seemingly endless ocean of trees, I saw a small village. Oh, so he could see the village from here. Nowhere I'm ever going to go. So many stairs. It had been quite some time since I had exerted myself this much. I hardly had any opportunity locked away in my chambers. With every step I took, I could hear my joints creaking and my muscles screaming. I was long since out of breath, only staying upright with the help of the wall. This is pitiful. Damn it. But turning back never occurred to me. I had to keep climbing, had to make it to the top. And it was that feeling of necessity that pushed my exhausted body upward. By the time I reached the top, I was practically gasping for air. Sweat streaming down my forehead, I wiped it aside, turning my gaze toward yet another door. But unlike the first, what on earth? A tangle of rope covered the surface. Layers upon layers of it, making its intent abundantly clear. Nothing shall come in or out. It didn't look like it had been put there recently either, as much of it was rotted through. Out of curiosity, I grabbed the coil and yanked. The rope snapped in several places, chunks falling limply to the floor. That wasn't enough to allow the door to open, though. People only sealed doors like this for a reason. Largely because they didn't want, or couldn't allow, others to see what hid behind them. Like what they did to me. For a few moments, I felt as though I was looking down at myself from outside my body. Hi, puppy.
So what's going on here?
What's going on in here? If it hadn't been this man, but someone else standing there, would they have turned back at the sight of a sealed-off door, acting as though nothing was there? Or would they have done as I did? I ground my teeth, a mix of annoyance and bitterness rushing through me. But I did not hesitate. I had the flame of the candle up to the wall of rope, careful not to set the whole thing ablaze, slowly, carefully, burning through them one by one. It was repetitive and time-consuming, but I persisted, wiping away sheets of sweat before it streamed into my eyes. The sun was well on its way down before I finally managed to expose the door. I don't want to be here again. I really don't.
I wonder if her body's there.
I took a deep breath, looked up at it, and gulped. There was something indescribably chilling about this door. And then I pushed it open. Didn't all three of them, the three men, die in there too? Because they drank her blood, and then everyone at the party died because it was, like, tainted.
I honestly do not remember.
A barely noticeable breeze brushed past me. A single ray of sunlight shone into the room, coming from a single window sitting high atop the wall. It cast a milky white patch of light on the hard floor, revealing the fact that I was not alone. The rumors say a witch lives in this mansion. There I saw, in this cursed house, a skeleton with only one arm.
A skeleton!
A cursed mansion for a cursed man. It was like I was destined to end up here. And I had no way of finding out who the skeleton belonged to. So I left it there, at the top of the tower, and retreated into thought. Just back down we go, we found a skeleton. I wondered to myself, how had the one-armed person died? How had they felt locked in that room, staring up at the sole window so far out of reach? And these are some deep some deep thoughts, Michel.
I mean, he just kind of went through the same thing.
It's true. About the only thing they would have seen was the sky and the occasional bird. Had they yearned for more light, or had they come to despise the tiny patch that trickled into the room? Had they been some sort of wicked criminal imprisoned for wrongdoing? Not all prisoners are necessarily bad people. Having been branded with a non-existent curse, I couldn't help but think that perhaps something similar had happened to whoever they were, vainly reaching out for the sun, constantly praying for rescue that had never come. What had gone through their mind as they withered away? Would anyone ever come for me? Would my brothers keep their word? Or would I, years from now, end up another pile of dry bones somewhere in this house, unwanted and alone, robbed of all hope, with no one but the darkness to talk to, as it sunk its teeth deeper and deeper into me? That corpse could be me in the future. The dear Georges. Did you really send me here to keep me hidden? Or is this to be my grave? Can I put my faith in you? Can I trust you when you say I'll be able to return? That everyone will happily accept me? That we'll all be together again? That we'll play chess? That we'll draw pictures? That nobody will be left out? All I really wanted was for people to accept me for who I was. To accept that I was a man. No, that I had grown to resemble a man. That I had the heart of a man. I didn't need anything else. I didn't want to cause anyone anguish. I didn't want to hate anyone. I simply wished to be who I was. No, who I wanted to be. And I didn't want to be treated like I was strange or different. If that was asking for too much, then at the very least, I wanted to have one person in my life who truly understood me. Dear Georges, I pray that you can be that for me. Lurking quietly in the mansion's all-encompassing darkness, I waited and hoped that the day might arrive when I could come out of hiding. However, 1, 2, 3 years later, I had still not been set free. Only my mother wrote me. And in all her letters, she said the same thing. When your curse is broken, come back home, sweetheart. When your curse is broken, I want you back in my life. When your curse is broken, everything will be back to normal. I wait expectantly for the day you are free of that terrible curse. The curse would never be broken, though. What I was now was what I was meant to be. All that time I had spent as a girl, none of that was real. Didier had said he didn't think I was cursed. My brothers didn't think I was some hellish demon child. So no, the curse would never be broken, because there was no curse to break. I wasn't cursed at all. There was no damned curse. But the flow of time eroded away at me, slowly killing any confidence I once had, sucking me dry of all trust for others and myself. With enough time, I started questioning my own beliefs about what I was, started to think perhaps I was cursed. Much like they had at the Bollinger estate, the servant who came by every month did his best to avoid making eye contact. But beyond just bringing me food, he was also checking in on me and making sure I didn't attempt to run away. And every month, he probably went back and told Mother the same thing, that my curse had still not been broken. Do you have the answers I seek, O Father in heaven? If you do, I ask of you to guide me. To please tell me what I am. If I truly am cursed, and perhaps you could tell me how much my soul weighs, too. Probably not very much. I spent enough time alone in the dark mansion to drive anyone mad. The more time that passed, the more I grew to question myself, my worth as a human being, and whatever self-doubt and loathing became too much to take. I trekked up to the top of the observation tower to see the light. Sitting there on the hard floor, I would place my hands on... Whoa. Hold on.
I don't remember what happened with Morgana. I thought her whole body was there. What's up with the one arm thing?
Didn't it get cut off by that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Because he was like, you can't, no one could take you, and I'll take your arm for blood for his party because, I don't know.
Something like that. I gotta go back. I really do.
Sitting there on the hard floor, I would place my hand on the skeleton's leg, its shoulder, its hand. From the size of the bones, whoever it was appeared to have been young when their life withered away. Poor child. Even I feel blessed compared to you. Oh, how miserable it must have been, locked away up in this tower. To have your arm mercilessly severed. Oh, no, I remember. It was Yukimasa.
Mm-hmm.
He chopped off her arm.
Why?
Someone wanted it.
Oh, I guess.
So Yukimasa, like, took the arm.
Hmm. Oh, wasn't there some kind of deal that they made?
Yeah.
Like, didn't...
Yeah, I think he took the arm for someone else.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Because his sister was sick. And her blood was helping Mel's sister.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ugly.
You have my pity, though. I alone shall mourn your death, and I alone shall take comfort in your presence. You poor, poor child. By pretending to pity someone who had. I always hate when I write sentences like that. I'm just like,
comes up.
had, and I'm like, I don't know how to fix you to make you not do this. By pretending to pity someone who had it worse than me, I was able to feel somewhat better about myself. Because if I was in the position to pity someone else, then conversely, I wasn't in the position to be pitied. Vainly, foolishly trying to convince myself of a lie, I spent hours, days alone, in the tower, holding the dry bones in my arms. Now there was a sight to lend credence to my alleged madness. Over time, the air in the mansion seemed to thicken, as if the fog were condensing. Water pushed out all the air, swallowing me up, suffocating me. A putrid mire. I was trapped at the bottom of this thick, black sludge. Soon, I lost track of the passage of time. My only landmarks being the dates on my mother's letters. Before I knew it, 8 years had passed.
Dang.
Hey, did you like that video?
Do you want to maybe stick around some more?
Maybe support us a little bit?
You should subscribe.
Yeah, you hit that like button, show us that you love us.
'Cause we love you.
Yes.
See you next video.